What's up, everybody? Justin here to do my SmackDown Live Pittsburgh SmackDown Live March 14th, 2017 review. First off, I'm going to say and talk about the crowd. I think Pittsburgh sucked. Very flat crowd. Very weak-ass crowd. I never thought Pittsburgh was a good wrestling city. Yeah, they have a lot of history, a lot of sports history with the Steelers and Penguins. I believe the Pirates even won a championship in the 70s, I think. I was born in the 70s, so I don't know. Pittsburgh, I've never liked them as a wrestling crowd. They've always been a weak-ass wrestling city, in my opinion. So here we go with my review. Enough ripping Pittsburgh. I don't have anything against the fans, but they're a bad wrestling crowd. Very weak, in my opinion. So here we go. Kicked off with AJ Styles last week. AJ Styles pissed off backstage, going through the curtain after losing to Randy Orton. AJ snapped, went up to Shane McMahon, threw something at him, and then they confronted each other, and a brawl almost broke out backstage in the gorilla position. So then they showed that from last week's SmackDown, a little bit of a recap, and then we had Bryan come out, not get a great pop because Pittsburgh sucks, in my opinion. Bad wrestling crowd. And I don't think they've ever been good. Not in the 80s, not in the 90s, not in the 2000s, and not now. So Bryan he's backstage on his phone. He did not come out, he's on his phone. AJ interrupts him, says, "Where's Shane? Where's Shane McMahon? I want to fight him. Where is he?" And Daniel says, "Calm the hell down. Calm down. I'm on the phone. Calm down. Shane will be here." But Shane didn't appear until hour number 2. So AJ's pissed. AJ goes out to the ring, cuts a pretty damn good promo, and says, how is it that the top guy in 2016 that carried the WWE, and I agree, AJ was fantastic. AJ was phenomenal. AJ was the man in 2016. AJ says, how is it that I do not have a WrestleMania match? How is it? I don't know. But now he has one, and we all know he was going to go against Shane McMahon anyways. So, good promo from AJ to build up his feud with Shane McMahon. Shane's a commissioner. If he's coming to the building and he's a commissioner, I don't understand why he showed up late. But whatever, who cares? Becky Lynch now. Becky Lynch against Natalya, two of my favorites. I love Natalya. She follows me on Twitter. I really like that and appreciate it. So Becky wins. Good match between the two. They always have good matches. I could watch them wrestle each other 100 more times. Becky wins with a disarmer. Natalya tapped out. And then Carmella attacks. Carmella attacks Becky Lynch because Carmella wants to be added to the women's title match. Gauntlet, six-pack challenge. I don't know what they're going to call it. But Carmella adds herself to the women's title match at WrestleMania. Please, God, don't have Eva Marie return to SmackDown and add herself to the match, because that would suck. Actually, I would like to see the reaction Eva Marie would get in Orlando. The stadium would explode and probably blow up because the people would be so damn angry that Eva Marie is on WrestleMania getting a women's title shot. But just watch WWE do that. And watch them have Eva Marie return. So what's next? Carmella attacked Becky, then she adds herself to the women's title match at WrestleMania. We had Miz TV next. Miz TV. And the Miz said it was going to be a groundbreaking Miz TV. Well, it wasn't that groundbreaking. Miz did his usual promo, ripping John Cena. And then Maurice ripped Nikki Bella. That was good. That was a good Miz TV segment. Then Daniel Bryan comes out. First, Nikki Bella comes out by herself. And where the hell is John Cena? I don't know. I guess the guy doesn't work Tuesdays much. So Nikki comes out by herself. And then Daniel Bryan comes out. And Nikki had the nerve to call Maurice, say you're the fakest and most plastic thing here. Nikki, your tits are also pretty fake and pretty plastic. And I don't know, they don't even look like they move. They just look like two rock-hard basketballs. That's what they look like. I mean, Maurice, yes, she has implants also, but hers at least look better and more real. And they don't look like rock-hard basketballs on Maurice's chest. Plus, I just think Maurice looks more natural and better than Nikki, in my opinion. So then, Maurice said earlier to Nikki, she's going to beat down that bitch or something like that. And then, as I said, Nikki came out. Then Daniel Bryan came out, the general manager. And he was pissed at Miz because Miz is always ripping on Bryan, on talking smack, always putting him down and like spitting in his face, slapping him across the face, saying you can't wrestle anymore, so just shut up and stuff like that. And then Daniel Bryan, the guy, I believe he really feels like this. The guy comes back at the Miz and goes, well, watch, in a year and a half, I'll be out of here and I will be wrestling again. I think Bryan really wants to wrestle again. And I don't blame the guy. I mean, if Daniel Bryan we all know he loves the business. He loves wrestling. I think Daniel Bryan is the type of guy that would be happy wrestling in a garage in front of 10, 20 people, if he could. I think the guy would be happy on the Indies or in Ring of Honor or in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Daniel Bryan could change his style so he doesn't have to take more bumps to the head and stuff like that. He could definitely change his style so he doesn't get injured as often, or just a safer style for him. I think Daniel Bryan, as I said, the guy would be happy on the Indies. I don't think he cares. He doesn't care about being famous. He doesn't care about being in a WWE ring anymore. I think he just wants to wrestle. So when his contract's up, just watch Daniel Bryan go to somewhere, whoever will take him. And Ring of Honor would take him. New Japan would take him. Impact Wrestling would take him. Any indie company in the United States would take Daniel Bryan. And they would let him wrestle. I guarantee they would let him wrestle because he'd be best for business. The guy's so over. Wherever he'd go, fans would follow Daniel Bryan wherever he goes to wrestle. And I believe he's going to. When his contract's up, well, maybe he'll change his mind. Once he has a kid, maybe he'll change his mind and he won't want to wrestle. And he'll think it's better off I do not return to wrestling. But a whole bunch of doctors have told Daniel Bryan he could return to the ring and be cleared. WWE they don't want to clear him. For some reason. I don't know if they don't want to clear him probably because he admitted he had those seizures. So anyways, back to my SmackDown Live review. So then Daniel Bryan comes out, says, I want to punch you in the face, Miz, every time you say I can't wrestle. And then he says, every time you talk, I want to punch you in the face even more. And then Daniel Bryan, the general manager, makes a match for WrestleMania, mixed tag, Maurice and Miz against Cena and Nikki. Everybody knows this was going to happen a month ago, 2 months ago, so not shocking at all. Another match made for WrestleMania 33. Now we have another women's match. Alexa Bliss, a champion on SmackDown Live, taking on Mickie James, her former friend. And Mickie, the crowd, this match is kind of sloppy. I enjoyed it, but it was a little bit sloppy. The crowd was dead. The crowd was absolutely dead for Mickie. Alexa, that's why you suck, and you're an awful crowd, Pittsburgh. Mickie wins with the Mick Kick 1, 2, 3. Up next, we had AJ Styles backstage being interviewed by Renee Young. And then Shane McMahon, his car appears. He gets out, I believe, the back seat. Gets his bag, was walking into the arena. AJ hides behind another car. And then when Shane walks in between the cars, AJ comes out, attacks Shane McMahon. This was pretty awesome. AJ attacks Shane, is punching the crap out of him. And then he grabs him, throws his head through a window in the silver car in front of Shane's car. Smashes Shane McMahon's head through the back seat window. That was damn violent. That was pretty shocking. And it's good it happened because it's building to get us excited for their match at WrestleMania. It was pretty damn violent, but I enjoy violence in wrestling. It was not PG. I don't think it's real blood. That Shane is bleeding from the top of his head. I don't think that is real blood. I think when he went through the windshield, he just busted a blood cap on top of his head. That's my opinion. Maybe he busted 3 blood caps. I don't know. But I doubt he bladed on top of his head in his hair, because that would hurt to cut yourself on your scalp with your hair in there. That wouldn't feel good. And then Finley. Shane is down. He's falling and he can't get up. And nobody would be able to get up. Freaking Superman. Brock Lesnar wouldn't be able to get up if you had your head smashed through a backseat window. It smashed and made a great noise. It sounded like real glass, but I doubt it was. Because that'd be way too dangerous. I mean, real glass, your head going through there, you could have got glass in his eyes, and that would not be good. So Shane is down. Finley comes, is yelling, get the EMTs, get the paramedics over here. Where are the paramedics? Get over here, paramedics. And then Shane, you can see blood is pouring out of his head onto the concrete. Blood's pouring out of his head. I don't know how they got blood pouring out of his head from a couple blood caps, but maybe they did. I don't know how blood caps work. I've never used them. Anyways, Shane's busted open. On top of his head, he's cut. I'm sure it's fake blood, because I don't think WWE would let Shane bleed for real, because they have no blood policy, and that's stupid as hell, and that pisses me off. And I could rant about that for about 5 minutes, but I won't. I won't bore you ranting about fake blood in wrestling, because I'm old school. I don't believe in stupid blood caps or fake blood in wrestling. So that was an awesome segment. Shane McMahon, that even though it was fake blood, whatever. It's still a great segment. Got me excited for Shane and AJ at WrestleMania. I wasn't excited before this, but what AJ did got me more pumped up for it. So then we go to Shane, by the way, they were going to take him to the hospital, and he refused. He said, no, I'm not going to any damn hospital. He looked like he had a concussion. I'm sure he didn't, but maybe he did. So then the doctors and Finley, they say, at least go to the trainer's room. So he goes to the trainer's room, and he could barely walk. Shane looks like he was a walking dead, because the guy could barely walk. Then Daniel Bryan backstage, I think after the commercial, Daniel is talking to AJ Styles, and Daniel says to AJ says, what are you going to do to me? What are you going to do about it? What are you going to fire me? Daniel Bryan says, yes, you're fired. And then Daniel says, get out of here. And security kicks AJ out of the building. So for now, he's fired, but he's not really fired. Just watch Talking Smack. I'm sure he'll be back because Shane challenged him for WrestleMania at the very end of the show. Or Shane just said, I want AJ at WrestleMania, and then the show cut off like immediately because they were running overtime, I guess. So then Mojo Rawlings is being interviewed saying he's going to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and Mojo taking on Dolph Ziggler. Nobody cared about this match. The crowd was dead again like they were for the entire show. Pittsburgh, you're an awful crowd. And I'm going to stick to that. This match, I wasn't hyped for it. Nobody was hyped for it. Dolph Ziggler leaves the ring and gets counted out. Nobody cared. So now Randy Orton, they're advertising the Viper. Randy Orton is here and he's coming out to address Bray Wyatt and what he did, burning the compound down. Viper comes out, cuts a promo, then Bray Wyatt appears on the screen. I guess he's at the compound because Bray starts talking about, he starts saying he has Sister Abigail and he has her ashes and he studies her power and he feels her soul and her spirit. He says that I'm here with her ashes. And Randy looks freaked out. I was freaked out. I was like, Bray's a sick fuck. But I loved this segment and it was great. I love this kind of stuff where Bray started picking up ashes. It looked like black ashes to me of Sister Abigail is my guess. And he started rubbing her ashes on his arms, rubbing her ashes all over his arms and his body. And then he's picking up other stuff. It sounded like bones. I'm not kidding. It sounded like Sister Abigail's bones he was picking up. I don't think they showed any bones, but that's what it sounded like. But I love shit like that. Like horror movie stuff like that, I love that kind of stuff. And that's what it reminded me of, a horror movie. Bray Wyatt rubbing her ashes on his body. Randy looked freaked out. I'm sure a lot of people were freaked out. But it was a great segment. Bray Wyatt, you are a sick, sick man. But that was awesome. And Bray Wyatt's more evil than ever. I hope the guy retains the title at WrestleMania, but I doubt it. Now to Baron Corbin, showing a recap of him attacking Dean with a metal pipe and then using a forklift to cover Dean Ambrose. And I guess the forklift's the new Intercontinental Champion. Who knows? So Corbin's interviewed by Dasha, and he just says he destroyed and took out Dean Ambrose. After the Corbin interview, we have American Alpha, who haven't appeared on SmackDown in like 3 weeks at least, or a month, against the Usos, who haven't appeared on SmackDown in like a month. SmackDown really needs to start putting their tag champs on the show every week, or fans are going to forget about them, and they're too great to forget about. So American Alpha against the Usos. If the Usos win, they said they were probably going to get a title shot at WrestleMania. And we all know they're going to face, Usos are going to face American Alpha. We all know it's going to happen at the WrestleMania kickoff. Not the pay-per-view. It will be on the kickoff because WWE is stupid and doesn't know how to book right. Or doesn't know how to book the right matches on the pay-per-view. Instead, they're going to throw the tag title matches on the kickoff like stupid idiots. So American Alpha loses to the Usos. That was kind of surprising, but not really. Then out comes Shane McMahon. They said Shane wants to come out. They kept selling it, JBL, Tom Phillips. And by the way, David Otunga was gone because the guy's filming a movie. I didn't even know he's an actor, and I haven't seen one of his movies. I don't even know what he's in. I believe he's in that WWE Films movie, The Call, that actually got Halle Berry in it. I've never seen that, but it looked good. Looked decent. I guess David Otunga was in that movie, The Call. So he's filming some movie, and Mauro Ranallo sadly was stuck, I guess on the East Coast, stuck in a blizzard and couldn't get to SmackDown. That sucks. And also, he couldn't drive wherever he is. If he's in Connecticut, New York, he couldn't drive to Pittsburgh because that's probably way too dangerous. And that'd be life-threatening. So, Usos win. Shane comes out, says, I want you at WrestleMania, AJ Styles, and the show cuts off. Kind of an odd edition of SmackDown. It was kind of weird. And it was definitely not PG. I'll say that. This SmackDown felt like a TV MA episode. TV mature episode, in my opinion. That's what it felt like. It was an odd episode, but it was good. It built up WrestleMania, built up The Miz and Maurice against Cena and Nikki, built up some of the women for their women's title match, and all the women involved in it. It built up Randy Orton and Bray. It built up, and it built up AJ versus Shane. So kind of an odd episode, TV MA episode, in my opinion, but I enjoyed it. I will say it was better than Raw, in my opinion. But the end of Raw was pretty great. But this entire SmackDown was better than Raw once again, as it is just about every single week going on the past 5-6 months. So I hope you enjoyed my SmackDown March 14th, 2017 review. Bye for now, everybody. Follow me on Twitter, like, comment, share, subscribe, and now, bye for now.